Almost a dozen groundbreaking new films are playing in New York City this week, welcoming back a beloved film festival for the first time since the pandemic. NTD's Tiffany Meyer was on the scene at the movie premiere of a new animation film.
The Human Rights Watch Film Festival is returning to New York after a 2-year break.
Supporting human rights, it just seems so awesome, especially in New York City too.
We're here at Lincoln Center at the Human Rights Watch Film Festival, where we're about to watch Eternal Spring. Let's see who we can grab before that.
We're very interested in this film because of the artistic dimension of it.
Eternal Spring is a stunning new animation film which tells the story of brave members of Falun Gong or Falun Dafa, a spiritual practice with 100 million practitioners around the world.
It was really good. I loved how unique the animation was. You could tell they really put a lot of passion and care into it.
The massive group was tortured in China. Many were even killed by the Chinese Communist Party for simply believing in their faith.
This was like something that I've never had any information on before. People are so affected by it, but it's not world renowned and no one's talking about it. And so I just kind of want this to get out there and have people see this film.
I met up with director and producer Jason Loftus right before the movie's U.S. premiere. We talked about what inspired him to make this movie, which took nearly 6 years to bring to fruition.
Took my lead really from the people that I was seeing come out of China. And what I witnessed was people who were willing to sacrifice a lot more than I was facing in order to be able to speak the truth in the face of injustice. And I just figured if we don't do the same with the freedom that we have here, then, we may regret that in the long run. So I think it's important that we use the freedom we have to speak up. And fortunately, I think there's a lot of people who agree with that.
Loftus is also the CEO of his own gaming studio, producing video games that have grown in popularity worldwide, including China. But while producing the Eternal Spring movie, the Chinese government put immense pressure on his business, trying to stop him from releasing the film.
So the video game I mentioned was being published by Tencent in China, which is a large media company. But in the midst of making these films, the Chinese government contacted Tencent and forced them to cut ties with my company.
But Loftus and his team persisted, releasing the film anyway.
Sold out tonight at the Lincoln Center, which is really exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
I also spoke to the comic book artist behind the movie, as well as one of the main characters, Da Xiong. He's worked on big comic book projects, including Star Wars and the Justice League.
There are always people in this world who need to stand up and do the right thing, just like the sacrifices by the group of heroes depicted in this movie.
The movie has already won many awards after premiering in Canada and Europe, on its way to becoming a global success, even without the Chinese market.
Go to the theater, see this movie.
It's a very powerful story. I highly recommend everyone seeing it.
We just watched Eternal Spring. It was truly beautiful and touching. If you get the chance, come check it out. This was just the first stop on their U.S. tour, so there's lots still coming. Tiffany Meyer, NTD News, New York.